watching Scrubs.
Why am I being punished? Why am I doing like what? How is this my fault? Maybe your students shouldn't eat goldfish. So I'm mad at this point. They keep insinuating that because I'm getting mad, I have something to hide from myself. I just don't want to do it. That's all I'm doing. So whatever.
Let's see if I can beat the guy ahead of me. What? Alright.
That is when I met the girl that I ended up in the tunnel with that fell. I got some good stories out of it. It was my first girlfriend I ever had. And it worked out in the long run. I was a very aggressive kid. The kid who ate the goldfish, it was kind of blame it all on me. But regardless, hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, and it wasn't the last time I had to do like an asshole eating something, alright? One day I get up and water back my lunch. And I go over, the kid was taking my lunch and was eating my food. Help or something, because holy cow, it's psychotic. No one should steal another man's food. So for you people who don't know who Karen is, she's my neighbor who basically is the definition of a bored soccer mom man, teacher, manager, haircut having person, alright? Like, if we were at the area 51, we would walk through the garden and have to manager and try to get in, like, she's just a soccer mom, but it's nothing better to do than to complain about what everybody else is doing, you know? And I told stories earlier this week about how she wants to get my channel deleted, and also told me that they don't leave my house, but I don't really know what Karen was doing. But regardless, Karen just has a knack for not being able to keep her nose in her own business, you know? And obviously, she is the number one stuff because for some reason, even though she hates my channel and wants to delete it, she wants to post it. Like, here's this 37-year-old woman who hates my guts. But she also loves me enough to keep notifications on for me, like, Karen, number one something that I did. And I was about her earlier this week, and I knew she was going to be pissed because that's the type of person. So obviously, after I was just waiting to ride I woke up and not like it's not like meteor pounding on your door while screaming like a banshee. Like, that's just what
Looks like we'll need to reroute the power to get through. Bloody hell!
I don't owe you a thing. I don't have to answer like
You must I wanted to make some justice for you.
Normal, civil conversation, and we maturely discuss the YouTube videos, right? Nah. There wouldn't be a story time if Karen wasn't insane. So after she tells me to open my door faster, I just look at her and say, "Can I help you, Karen?" And she basically says that I need to take those videos down immediately because first of all, you don't have to. We're about to get into. So I look at her and say, "Karen, what videos are you talking about?" She says, "The videos about what I did to you, about your channel, and the police." Like, I get it. I might have been wrong.
Enough jokes. Time to kill some more dead guys.
I stand by what I said about you being a bad influence for children. Which, way to get me to do what you want by, basically not backing down on anything. What a humble person, Karen. But anyways, I just look at her and I say, "Karen, I haven't posted a video about you. I don't know what you're talking about." And the look on her face is beat right. She's like, "Yes, you did. Here's the deal." She pulls them up and plays them. And I'm like, "Yeah, I know what videos you're talking about, but when did I say your name? When did I say it was about you?" And at that point, the look on her face is just realized well, I know they're about you. I want them to be a video. Well, Karen gets dabbed on. I just default stand on the entire argument because here's the shocking truth. I never said your name. They're about you. And let's you're admitting that you harassed me and tried to get me kicked out of my house and called the cops for no reason. So you know what, Karen? If you're listening to this, go ahead. Admit that they're about you. Confirm it. But that just means that you're guilty of everything too. As of right now, I'm not going to do anything. Because honestly, I'm not going to make you a fool of yourself. And that has you. You really don't have any ground to stand on because I'm not talking about you. As a I know you're watching. So once Karen realizes that she really can't get my videos deleted easily because I didn't say her name or say it was about her, so I start laughing at this point. And of course, Karen immediately does the classic, "Oh, you think a woman in distress is so funny?" 20-year-old kid, son Lon, because he made a YouTube video about something that maybe about a similar character named Karen is if you keep acting like a moron. If you just left it alone,
Let's
I
stay away from the twitching clocks, boxers, okay, lads?
Come to my house and my videos or throw a temper tantrum in my lawn, all you're doing is more content to make fun of you for. Like, don't you understand? Stay away from my videos that much because all you do is make you look like an idiot. That might be smart enough to think of you that far ahead. So like I said, Karen is freaking out on my front lawn, and I'm laughing, and she's mad that I'm laughing. So right? And I don't think Karen understood what I said when I said but beyond that, what I don't even understand let's say that you spend all your money to see it, right? You could say I can just bring that up too. You don't just get a get out of jail free card. Video that might maybe be about, not complaining about it. So whatever, I'm like, alright then, come back from here because I'm not having this around it. You know what, Karen, if you're not going around this far, that's fine. I'll be here. If you need anything, let me know. Now, I'm ignoring her having her temper tantrum and just going about my day. So, obviously that doesn't make her too happy. So about 5 minutes later, I hear another knock on my door, and this time it's Thomas. So I answer, and it's one of our neighbors who's on our street, and it is the lawyer. He's like, "Hey, dude." He's like, "So, can I talk to you for a second?" I said, "Yes, sure." So the lawyer guy comes in, he's like, "Apparently you've been harassing Karen and making YouTube videos about her." And so I explained to him the situation. Because Karen basically lied to this guy and said I, leaked her address and told my fans to harass her, which is just not true. Like, if anything, I said specifically in the story the other day, I don't ever want you guys to go after anyone I ever talk about. Ever. Like, I really
was
never
another
want
somewhere.
that to happen. That's not this is weird. I don't know what's happening. So, the lawyer guy leaves, and about 15 minutes later, I get a call. My morning with Karen, you know? Or threatened to sue me. I'm pretty sure she probably lied to her lawyer. My lawyer basically told me I could get her for harassment. We thought my friend, my neighbor. And, yeah, Karen, you are leave me alone. Like, if you leave me alone and stop bothering me, stop. But every time you do something with a crazy person, I'm gonna make a video about it. I'm gonna tell you but that's just what you want. My only question is, what am I supposed to do here, dog? This is my neighborhood. Am I supposed to just not go outside anymore? Like, Karen's a psychopath. I'm scared. Like I said, when I was in high school, I worked for a giant corporate chain of grocery stores. It's a very well-known store. They're basically everywhere. And I don't have any bad beef with the company or anything. I'll still get my groceries there sometimes. But whenever you're dealing with a massive company, what you have to understand is managers suck. Managers, for whatever reason, for giant corporations are just like whatever turd was the most polished whenever they needed somebody new. I have never had worse bosses. The store was no different. There was a long list of like 8 managers, and most of them were crazy. There was one our managers. He would only come into the store once a week, and she didn't like me because she would come in a normal and one day she asked me to get her water, and I told her what aisle they were on, and I said that as an insult and had it out for the episode. And we're going to name her Margaret for the story because I'm not trying to get sued for what she ended up doing. But Margaret just really did not like me. And at the time, I was only 16, 17 years old, so I wasn't exactly like an adult. Legally in the United States, 18 is the age of being an adult. When you're not an adult in the state of Nevada, you're not allowed to work past 11 p.m. on work days due to the laws involving school or whatever. It is to schedule you past 11 p.m. if you're under the age of 18. I don't make them or kind of stupid or whatever. In this market,
That one punch!
when I own the water on is on this
Them sucks down zombies, dude! Cheers, mate! That isn't working!
My parents definitely took school kind of seriously. They would not have
Another kind of weapon station!
Literally did not care. As long as the job got done, he wouldn't get in trouble the next morning.
And you are flying around in your fantastic weather!
As long as it got done, he didn't care, which is the ultimate way to do it. Like, it is just the best thing, mainly because it really shouldn't matter. My job is to collect all the parts.
I suck.
Goof off the entire time. We would get some of the disability cards because they weren't used. We would race them around the back room. Like the stock would get there, so it'd be like a little racetrack. We would have a great time. We would just goof off. We would tell jokes. It was always fun. It got to the point where I would be hyped to go to work because I was like, man, after I take care of the cart, it's going to be great. I'm just going to hang out with Raj. And as Raj has out of work always. In fact, we would usually get done with the receiving and organizing, and sometimes it would be by like 1 in the morning. We would have 2 hours to move off and do whatever, because we were done. And we would have to take care of the next set of orders. We were so efficient that we had 2 hours to that's just a good way to work. And Julian didn't mind when we would goof off. We would walk in and catch us doing dumb stuff. You know, we had like a Nerf basketball hoop set up, and whenever people were on break, they would come in and play. It was just a good time. And he didn't care because the work got done ahead of schedule. Like, it was done faster than he expected it to be be done, so he didn't care what we did. He didn't ask questions. And for about a month, I'm like sneaking out of my house and going to work 2-3 times a week, and I eventually straight up started asking to get scheduled more, you know? My parents, thankfully, are kind of boomers, I'm not gonna lie, so they were asleep pretty early. It was never hard for them to be out by like 10:30 when I would leave, and they didn't really check on me before I would get back at 3 in the morning, so I was pretty good. The only thing that was really suffering was my sleep schedule, because basically I would come home from work, do my homework, go to school at like 6:30, come home at 1, until like 10 p.m. I'm like, I'm a teenager, I didn't sleep on it. Every night he would work out work. Everything was cool. It was the perfect system. We had a Nerf basketball tournament, we would race the cars. It was a great working night. Everything's perfect up until the Fire Nation attacks. And the Fire Nation attacks, like a month and a half into me working the night.
This looks like some sort of weapon, but it's missing some parts.
Customers already like, not the customer, that's the only one that matters. Julian has to try to the base keywords like this. Before he can do that, and if they said anything nice, the strikes reset. So if somebody said you're an idiot and then apologized, it would reset. But if somebody said 3 mean things in a row, that right would I got one. tells her that she's a trashy bimbo and to get out of the store and never come back. Which, yes, is it very sad that she said that? 100%. I get why she said it. I know someone in the comments gonna say, whatever, he deserves that. I don't think so. The work got done. That's why people work in the grocery store or have. Very difficult. He had a great one on his hands, but it was great. And trying to return it happened to the food. He did probably like a few hundred returns a night. Never had any problems at all. But I guess Margaret had decided that things were going on a night shift. Randomly decided to pick a review last night to make sure our customer service was up to par. And so we get called into the office at 11 p.m. As soon as I get there, the next day, she's there, and it's me, Raj, and Julia. Because I had happened to have been in front of the store when I was like sweeping the aisle when this interaction happened. And basically, we had this like POS system in the front of the store, and I would have to log whenever I was doing a sweep of the store, and I would start from right there, and it just happened to be right by the customer service booth. So I had heard the tail end of the conversation, and Raj had been called in. I don't know why. Maybe because he's the only other like manager person there that's actually kind of in charge of the store, like he actually has power. I don't know, but it's us three in there, and Margaret starts playing, and insults from the lady are gone, and it's just Julian screaming at his customers. That's what it looks like. The original insults are gone. They're not there. And who do you think you are? You know, I don't understand. I'm suspecting you for the possibility that you're working with me at the secret. And Margaret tells me what my sister working here is gone. And when you take all of the fun out of working nights at a grocery store, you realize how depressing it is to work nights at a grocery store. You know, like, it's not a very glamorous job once you take the fun out of it and the friendship. Once that's gone, it sucks. Most jobs really suck. So whatever, I finish up, I go inside, and I'm like, hey, what do you want me to do? And she says, clean the aisles, which, you know, I usually would do later in the night with Raj, but if she wants it done in a slightly different way, not well, I can't listen to music, I can't talk to my friends, but I've done it this time. So it takes me about an hour to clean the aisles, and I'm pretty in-depth, like, I would scrub everything pretty well, so I go back and I say, hey, I'm finished now. Clean it again. I go, huh? Yeah, go clean it again. So I go and I clean the aisles again. And at 1 in the morning, or I guess, yeah, about 1 in the morning now, it's not as fun to be awake, and it's not entertaining to be cleaning aisles that you've already done. So I take an hour again, dilly-dally, and I'm kind of like on my phone in the aisles and whatever. I'm like wiping it again, but I'm not scrubbing it down again. I'm just kind of back. I'm like, hey, okay, I'm done. Okay, go in the back and help Raj. So I get in the back about like 1:30, 1:45, around there, and me and Raj are back there, and like, you know, we get all the orders in, and we like start organizing it, and we organize it, and like, okay, well, let's go stock it. And when you get an order, you don't stock all of it.
The machinery is the lightning rod, but the power seems to be cut off.
You take it part by part, so, you know, okay, let's go face the bread first, and you go out and stock the bread. It was definitely not just me and him stocking the store. There was like a stock team, but we would help because, I don't know, it was just easier to help. Everybody got the jump there fast, and we could move on to play their basketball. So we're kind of like going out there, and we have it organized in a very specific way. It works. Basically, the way we would take the orders in is we would order it strategically so it would get delivered. So as the stuff came in, the aisles were in order. Like, they would try to order it and try their best to schedule it. You can't do a ton of scheduling trucking, but try their best to make it so that we could, as efficiently as possible, just work down into the warehouse, like as we would go across, instead of having to do stuff and get stuff out, you know, we would just work across. And it worked for us. It was pretty efficient, especially because most days we weren't ordering everything in the store. You would have alternating days, so it was pretty efficient. So we go out with the first set of stuff, and we put it on the shelf, and we face it with the stocking people, and we come back in, and everything is out of order. Everything's been moved, everything's all over the place, like nothing's where it's supposed to be. And Margaret's standing there, and she's like, I want it done this way. And the entire staff, not just me and Raj, is like, we've been getting it done ahead of schedule since before the start. Why? Why are you doing this now? It's been done by now.
A weapon fit for my reputation.
We still have to use half the store. Why would you unorganize it if organizing this works so well? Because this is better. This is the way that I want it done. And obviously everybody's like groaning and pissed off. And we get maybe another aisle done. Run all over the it was just a mess. It was just a mess. It was just dumb. It didn't make sense. It's not a logical system. Julian had been a cashier again for a while, and they moved him back to being in charge of the night shift. I think mainly because Margaret's a boomer and didn't have a very easy time staying up all night. Like, I think it was hard on her. So we get Julian back, and almost as soon as he gets back, Night Crew gets back to being efficient right away. To the point where the store owner wrote Julian an email basically saying, like, thank you so much, you know, for I was getting all these emails about how behind we were with deliveries, and we had to have truck drivers waiting, and it was just not good. And we were efficient, and the fun was back. We were having a great time. And then, of course, so immediately everybody like moves to go work as fast as you can, you know, because nobody wants to be in trouble. And the three slowest people that get called out are me, Raj, and Julian. You know, the trio ends as it began, together. And I'm not too thrilled about what's to go down because I like doing the fun stuff, but like most people, I don't enjoy the consequences. It's really fun to play Nerf basketball, but I don't know how to explain to the owner of the store why we're doing it. So, sure enough, Margaret starts laying into how we're irresponsible and da-da-da-da-da. And as soon as she starts talking, Raj has a moment where I think he decides, I'm done, I've had enough. And, like, he has this look in his eye like he didn't care. And he goes, shut up, Margaret. She's like, excuse me? And he starts laying into her about how when she was in charge, they were so behind that they had trucks waiting to deliver because they couldn't get rid of the stuff in the warehouse fast enough, and how everybody was miserable, nobody was having fun. And he's like, I'm sorry that Julian is such a good manager that we get the work done early enough to be able to play Nerf basketball because we're already done and we don't have deliveries for another hour. I'm sorry that he's just so much better than you that you couldn't get it done and he gets it done too fast. And Margaret starts being like, well, you guys didn't work as hard for me as you do for him. And Raj is like, yeah, because he's a good manager and you suck. And the owner is like, whoa, whoa, calm down, you know, like, well, I'm here at 2 in the morning because she said that you guys would goof off and the garage door opens to Nerf basketball, so what are we supposed to expect? And he's like, no, if you're going to take her side, like, I'm done because she's dumb. You either fire her or I quit. And the owner is like just sitting here dumbfounded. He's like, I don't know what's going on, like, can't we just get to the bottom of this? He doesn't want anyone to quit yet. He's like, I don't want to make a decision till I know what's up. Because obviously, this is much deeper than just these guys randomly goofing off tonight. I don't know why I'm here. I'm the owner of a franchise of a massive grocery store. But, hey, apparently what's going on is important. I really feel so bad for this dude. So, there was this family in Henderson, which is where I live. It's like a suburb of Las Vegas. And they owned, like, all the local grocery stores, and then this corporation bought them out. So they're still, like, the franchise owners of all of them, but the corporation kind of provides a lot of the financial profit sharing. I don't know how the specifics of it work. I was really not paying attention to understand it. What I heard, it was like, almost like an owner of a McDonald's. You know, he doesn't, like, own McDonald's, but he owns a McDonald's. This poor guy had gotten dragged here at 2 a.m. because of beef between some old lady and some hotshot manager that did the night shift better. And Ron was like, no, you make your choice right now, or I swear to God I quit. He's like, well, then I think I'm going to have to let you go. He goes, and walks out, and that's it. Yep. And we're all just kind of standing there, and it's like really, really quiet and silent and awkward. And Margaret's like, I want him gone too, and points at me. And I'm like, what did I do, dude? So I'm like, why am I getting fired? And she says, well, you and Ron, I know that whatever he thinks he's doing, I don't want anyone to be working with me who's a subordinate. I'm sorry for the Discord messages, by the way, but I'm not re-recording this part. Anyways, the owner does not pass the vibe check, and Raj
Why not
quit.
jokes
So I
and
want
kill
him
some more
fired
dead
too.
guys?
That's what the hell I do. I don't know why I'm getting fired, but apparently I'm just too dirty because I'm friends with Raj, which, you know, kind of feels like a statement on our Disney-esque friendship. Young white boy and an Indian man learning together in a grocery store. It sounds like a Disney Channel show. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what's up.
Some of the standing
Whatever.
electric
And if
government
that's Julian decides to tell the owner that Margaret something, that's really cute. And he says, well, you realize if you fire him, he's busy, right? Wait, what do you mean? He says, well, you've been having him work the night shift for months. Realize that if he likes to come back, that's very, very illegal. And the owner and Margaret kind of get all wide-eyed. He's like, well, I'm not going to fire him. You know, son, if you need anything, be sure to let me know. Like, oh, are you okay? Like, you can't work ice cream or you know, found out everybody shut up real quick. And at the time, I didn't realize
If I
how
filled
bad
up a
that
tank
lawsuit
with
could have
gas,
been.
I can
I don't
build
know,
it
like,
with
I don't
grades.
do anything, but damn, if at the time I knew how bad lawsuits were, I would have been like, no, please fire me. Like, please. I need this. I need this.